They say get loose from God's law. You ought to be able to do drugs if you want to. Freedom's promised, but addiction's produced. They say you can watch anything you want to. And yet, we talk about pornography addictions across America. We talk about perversion. Don't tell me. They promise you liberty. Don't put yourself under the restrictions of God's law. There's things you ought to stay away from because God calls them sins. Or at least there's some things that God calls dangers. Somebody might say, well, drinking alcohol is not sin. Getting drunk is. I said, well, God says it's dangerous to drink alcohol. I won't even argue the point. God says it's dangerous. He said, wine is a mocker. Strong drink is raging. And whosoever is deceived by is not wise. So if you're a fool, go ahead. Help yourself. You're not wise. Stay away from it. Because sin will keep you longer than you want to stay. It'll cost you more than you want to pay. It'll take you farther than you want to stray. That's how sin operates. They want freedom. Liberty, they call it. Freedom from God's law. I challenge you on purpose. Break off thy sins by righteousness. Just break off your sins and do right. If you got something you're struggling in, you're having a problem with, just break it off. Stay away from it. If you have alcohol problems, just stay away from it. You say, how do I do that? If you can't go to Kroger's without going down that alcohol aisle, then just buy it, then have them spring the stuff out to your car instead of going into Kroger. If you're addicted to cigarettes, have somebody else go to the store for you. If you can't get near them without having that. You say, oh no, put yourself under bondage so you can have some freedom. Put yourself under bondage to God's wisdom, God's righteousness, God's holiness, and you'll have freedom. Straight is the gate, narrow is the way that leads to life. You may constrain yourself as narrow as you can, and guess what? God will open this thing up and give you freedom and joy unspeakable and full of glory. They want to have liberty without restraint. And they find themselves in bondage, therefore they want us to accept them and embrace their sin. Eve, you'll know about Sister Eve. When she was tempted, took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also to her husband with her, and he did eat. You know what somebody in sin always wants? To keep themselves from feeling bad about their sin is to get you to accept their sin. Adam accepted it and ate the same thing. And you know what happened? Dead in trespasses and sins. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world of death by sin, so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned. That's how they do it. You want to know why they want to make sure that you accept their lifestyle? It's because of the fact that they want you to have to embrace that lifestyle. And once you embrace that lifestyle, then guess what happens? You're in the same boat they're in. Sin. You can't call it wrong. You can't point out that drugs are bad. Oh, you're taking away somebody's freedom. I said, I'm trying to keep mine. They get on drugs, you know what happens? They start stealing. Say, it doesn't happen that way. Don't tell me. I've lived this world too long. I'm 54 years old. I've been around long enough to know what it's like. They're against God's laws. They're against God's leaders. You ever notice that the raging rebels and reasoning rebels are both against those who God has anointed to leadership? They're always trying to go against those. Now let me say this before you think I'm trying to say that Mr. Trump or those people that are in office are good guys. God raised up rulers that were bad people. But He raised up rulers for a reason. If I want to say that God put Mr. Trump in office, I'd have to say that God put Mr. Obama in office. If I say that God put Mr. Bush in office, I have to say He put Mr. Clinton in office. If I say God put Mr. Trump in office, I have to say He put Mrs. Pelosi in office. If I say God put one in office, I have to say God put them all in office. Either God's in control or He's not.
Amen.
But they rage against God's anointed leaders. They're not all good leaders, but they're all anointed leaders. God, David said about Saul, who wanted to kill David. He said, "The Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master, the Lord's anointed, to stretch forth my hand against him, seeing he is the anointed of the Lord." He said, "I'm not going to personally take him out. I'm not going to be part of this crowd that's out to destroy God's leaders. Whether I like Mr. Trump or don't like Mr. Trump, whether I agree with him or don't agree with him, I will not be part of that crowd that demands to go looking for any little thing wrong with him to try to get him out of office, to destroy his reputation worse than he's already destroyed it by the foolish things he's done in his past." You and I ought not be that way. And we ought not be that way about Mrs. Pelosi neither. Or Miss Pelosi. I don't know if the Mrs. or a Miss. Forgive me, Miss Pelosi, if you are a Miss and you didn't want to be called Mrs. I figure she's going to listen to this, because some people will get to him and say, "Listen to him, rail against y'all." No, I don't believe you ought to just go after God's anointing. Why does God raise up leaders to put down one, raise up another? Sometimes it's because we get what we want. It's what we're asking for. This is what I want. And so God says, okay. He gave them their request, and that sent leanness to their souls. He did that with the quail. He'll do that with the government, with those in office. He gave them leaders that they wanted, and God sent leanness to them. They wanted a king, and God said, "I'll give you a king." Then they didn't like what the king did. Don't tell me He doesn't give you what you want sometimes. Sometimes it's because it's what we deserve. We don't deserve a good leader, a godly leader, when we want to live ungodly. Why not give them something that'll push them farther down the road or bring them to the end of themselves where they cry out to God? Why not let them go into a depression or recession if it'll bring them to turn to God? Which is better? To live ungodly and unholy and have millions of dollars? Or to live as a pauper but have Jesus? Oh, I can tell you, He's far better. Give us what we deserve, with a desire for us to repent. Sometimes because He's merciful, He'll give us a little extra grace. That's what the conservatives said when Mr. Trump got in office. They said He's given us a space, a reprieve, a space to get our hearts right and get back to the Lord. So God said, okay, in that case, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to raise up some folks from the other crowd that's going to push this thing and push this thing and push this thing, so that you see that you didn't get just a reprieve from falling, but you have a chance to do something, to pray for these leaders, to cry over them, a heart broken over this country. The reason we have the leaders we have is because God placed them there. Our place is not to mock them or to destroy them. And don't get this wrong. We should call out their sins. John Baptist called out Herod's sin. It's not lawful for thee to have thy brother Philip's wife. We should call out their sins. We should explain the truth. Jesus said that Herod was a fox. He said that the Pharisees were white as sepulchres full of dead men's bones. He didn't say that mocking Herod. Herod was being sly. Herod didn't want to kill Jesus. Herod, the Pharisees came and said, he wants to kill you, so you better flee. Herod wanted him to flee. You say, how do you know that? I read Luke 23, I think it is. In Luke 23, when he met Herod, guess what happens? Herod said he wanted to see him. He wanted to talk to him. He wanted to see a miracle. He didn't want to kill him. He wanted to get out of the way because it was causing problems. Because Herod had killed John, and you know that didn't work out too good for him. Herod was sly like a fox. We should explain the truth. God puts the rulers there. They rage because they are against God's laws. They rage because they're against God's leader. And they rage because they're against God's Lord. God's Lord. They despise God's law because it keeps their liberty in check. They despise God's leaders because they enforce God's law. They despise God's Lord because He's the leader and the law. I'll not have this man reign over me. I'll not have God rule my life. That's what they're really saying. They're saying you're too religious in this country. They're saying we're not a Christian nation anymore. John Jay said we were a Christian nation. Up until the 1950s, it was declared in all kinds of official documents that we were a Christian nation, that we were open to anybody, but our values were Christian. Less than 100 years ago, we were still called a Christian nation. The world called us a Christian nation, even up into the 80s. Why? Because we had values that were based upon God's law. And we only had one king, and that was the Lord Himself. See, they want to be king of their own life. And let me say, we all do naturally. I want to rule my own life. I'm a white male over 21. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. I remember saying that so distinctly when I was a young man. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. I'm an adult. Yet the United States military is telling me what to do. Now I've got a wife. That was humor. That was humor. My wife is very submissive overall. But I did throw a little humor there. They want to be their own king over their life. The Lord knows how to deliver the godly out of temptation. Listen to this. And to reserve the unjust in the day of judgment to be punished. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness, and despise government, presumptuous are they, self-willed, they are not afraid to speak evil of dignities. That's what He tells us. They're self-willed. I want my way. So the socialist wants his way. He wants to destroy the rich. He doesn't want to become poor. Now you better figure that out. The socialist does not want to become poor. Or they'd give their money away and become poor. Jesus was rich, yet He became poor for our sake so we might be rich. He gave up everything. Out of the ivory palaces into a world of woe He came. He humbled Himself. That's socialists, they want to give money away. Why don't they give theirs away? They make $174,000 a year up there. Quit taking mine and giving my little 2 cents to these people on this one and 2 cents over here. Take all of yours and give it away. The socialist does not want to become poor. He just wants the rich to become poor. If they want to become poor, they can become poor real quick like this. Get it all away and follow Christ. And you'll be richer than you ever been before, even though you don't have a thing. Thank God. The answers, questions answered. Questions asked, questions answered, questions alleviated. I'll give you this and I'll go into this later on. The rest of the song alleviates the question. It says, God's in control. You don't even have to worry about this. David, you don't have to worry about why the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing. The answer's right there. But you don't have to worry about it. You can be relieved. You can be at ease. You just learn this real simple thing. God in control. He laughs at their derision. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have him in derision. They're all confused. They're all trying to get this thing done and that thing done, trying to fix their problems, solve the problems, and they won't turn to the Lord and let the Lord fix the problems. And they're, can I say, God's over there just kind of chuckling about this? How foolish are they? Don't they know that everything they do messes up something else? They push in right here and push it out over there. They solve this problem by making this problem. You say, how do you know that? I'll use one on the conservative side. All right? They've made an amendment to the Constitution to make alcohol illegal. They did. You know what happened? They lost tax revenue. It's one thing that happened. And people like Al Capone and those people capitalized, good capitalists, capitalized on illegal activity. And there he shoots up Bugs Moran's people on the Valentine's Day Massacre. And the wars for alcohol being sold across America. And the Kennedys got rich because Mr. Kennedy started bringing in alcohol. And Al Capone and them got rich because they started bringing in alcohol. And the people down south were making their own alcohol. And people are having alcohol, and they were having speakeasies where it was a private place. You'd slip in there, and you couldn't tell everybody about it, but it's a bar room. So illegal activity was raising in that area. Why? Because people want their own way. And so you know what they did? We'll solve that problem. We'll make it legal again. And you know what happens then? Now they get their tax revenue back. Now they put the Al Capones out of business. But now DWIs are running rampant across the world of America. Now people are beating their wives on Super Bowl day because the Patriots win. Don't tell me it doesn't happen because of alcohol.
You're right.
They push off one problem, start another. Why don't they just get their eyes on the Lord? But He'll laugh. He'll trouble them in His displeasure. He doesn't just laugh at them because of their derision, but the Bible says, He said, then shall He speak unto them in His wrath and vex them in His sore displeasure. He's going to agitate them even worse because of His displeasure. Let me say this. He laughs at their derision, He troubles them in His displeasure, and offers hope by His declaration. You'll see this. Declare my sovereign. Here's he said, I will declare the decree. The Lord has said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. He declares his sovereign, he declares his son, and he declares salvation. Be wise. Now therefore, O ye kings, be instructed to judge the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. He offers hope. He said, I put a sovereign up there. Look to the sovereign and be ye saved. He's my son. Look to my son and be ye saved. Kiss him. Embrace him. Get up close to him. Enjoy him. It'll be all right. Quit raging. Quit reasoning. Just respect the Lord and jump in his arms and embrace him. He offers hope by his declaration, gives a simple invitation. That simple invitation, I've already read it to you, some of it. Think, learn, surrender, smile, and smooth. You say, what are you talking about? Be wise. Think. Be instructed. Learn. Serve. That's surrender. Rejoice. That's smile. And smooth. Kiss the Son. Oh, just embrace him. And he ends this song with a real simple thing. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Oh, listen. It's a mess. I know why it's a mess. It's a mess because they want their own way. Every man does that which is right in his own eyes, which is wrong in God's eyes. That's what they want. They'll get together, and the Lord says, I'm going to mess this whole thing up for you. I'm going to keep you in derision. I'm going to laugh at you while you're in derision. I'm going to keep you troubled. I'm going to let you keep agitating your own self. Because I'm displeased. He said, but there's a way. I'm declaring my son. I'm declaring my sovereignty. Let me say this. I'm declaring there is salvation. Therefore, he gives that invitation. Come unto me, all ye that labor and heavy laden. I will give you rest. Now, if you're part of that raging, reprobate crowd, there's an offer. If you're part of that reasoning, rebellious crowd, there's an offer. Can I say, if you're one part of that requesting remnant who's wondering why this is happening to our country, there's an offer. Oh, just come to him. Come to him. He's sovereign. He sent his son. All for salvation. It's all gives you an invitation. Be wise. Be instructed. Serve. Surrender. Smile. Rejoice because he's in charge. And smooch on him. Just embrace him. Thank God. I know some of y'all think that smooch is not a good word. I like it. Would you look to him? Father, I pray